In this video, I'm going to show you how to transform this sketch, which just draws our CSV, into a class, into an object-oriented program. And that's so we can actually access and see data behind each point. Right now, this map is static, and if I want to see the data that's there, I need to be able to turn these into individual points that when my mouse goes over them, I can actually see their inherent data. So the first step is to create a new class, and we do this by having a class, and I'm going to call this cities. And inside our class, we need a constructor function, and for right now, it's just going to take an x and a y. And so this is going to do the same thing that we've done before with this dot x equals x. So the x from here comes down into here, and this dot y equals y. And then all we need is a show function. And I'm just going to do the same thing that we had before at the top, which was this point. So I'm just going to cut this. And instead of this dot, instead of map lng and map lat, I'm going to do this dot x and this dot y. This is all I need so far for my constructor function, or for my class, to be able to show the point. This isn't going to show any data yet, but this is the basic setup. So inside my for loop, or actually at the very top, I need to create an array in which to put my object. So I'm going to say let USA cities equals an empty array. And instead of drawing this point here, what I can do is say USA cities, which is my array, and I'm going to push to the index point of wherever I is. So for as many rows as we have, that's how big my array is. So USA cities, and then the index of I is going to equal a new cities. So it's going to become a new object that takes the map lng and map lat. So all this is doing is pushing that corresponding point down into my cities function. Now, if I run this, we're not going to see anything on the screen. And that's because I have to actually activate the show function, right? But I could look at this and see print USA cities and let's lowercase. And if I did the first index of the array, we'll see that this is cities with an X and a Y. So let's draw this. So function draw. And here I'm going to run a for loop that starts at I equaling 0. And I is going to run for as long as the length of USA cities. So this is going to be equal to however big my array for USA cities is, which should be equal to the number of rows, and then I plus plus. And then down here, what I need to do is activate the show function. So inside this for loop, so this is inside draw, inside this for loop, USA cities at each individual index point do show. And now we should see that happening here. And one thing I might do is, right now they're constantly being drawn on top of themselves, and that's why they are being shown here. So what I might say for right now is just no loop here. background. Actually, that's not why they're being drawn all over. What's happening is I need to add in a background for them to constantly be at the same. So now we'll see this. The background, it's not getting darker because they're not building on top of themselves. So that's the first step of turning it into a constructor function, into a class function. The next step would be adding an intersect function to be able to see what's happening, and we're going to do that in the next video.